Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to Switzerland. In July I made with my girlfriend together my biggest bike trail so far, and I want in this video explain you exactly what we actually did. Also far is my English from perfect, so I hope you understand it, but I want to give a try to share my knowledge about my home country. So let's jump into the adventure.
Our first destination was Grindelwald. Grindelwald is part of the Jungfrau area with the most famous mountains of the canton Bern, Eiger, Mönch and Jungfrau. You can also visit them by train, because between Mönch and Jungfrau there is the highest train station from Europe, the Jungfrau Joch. And believe me guys, the view upstairs is on a clearly day just a mind blower. But Grindelwald have more to offer. Just the area around the village is a dream for every nature and mountain lover. They are also constantly investing in new infrastructure, like the new V-Bahn, which leads you directly up to the Männliche area or to the Aare Glacier station. From Grindelwald we drove further, means 900 meters up, to the hotel Grosse Scheidegg. This area is a secret place, because it is less touristy and you can only reach this place by bike, foot or bus. At the hotel we found a place where we could charge our batteries, so we were able to start the next day with full charge bikes up to the first area and to the Lake Bachalpsee. This place is way more touristy, because from Grindelwald there is a cable car directly up to this area. One of the reasons why this place is so much crowded is of course the view of the massive mountain in front of it, Wetterhorn and Schreckhorn. To top this, we drove 20 minutes up from the first station and arrived at our first highlight on this trip, the Lake Bachalpsee. After a swim in the lake and a couple drone shots, we drove back to the mountain hotel of the grosse Scheidegg. Then the next day we drove on the other side where we came down, into the Vally Reichenbach, or better known as Rosenlaui. The completely area is a nature resort, very quiet and just nature poor. At the restaurant by Schwarzalp we made a stop for a coffee and had a look into a historic sawmill that is only operated with water power. A little further we reach a glacier canyon. The entrance was 10 Swiss francs per person, so we got a try. And surprisingly, it becomes the highlight of the day. At the end of the valley, we have reached Innertkirchen. This village itself is not spectacular, but the landscape and the nature around is a great place of Switzerland, which leads us to our next excursion and to the next canyon. The Aareschlucht is located in the middle of the valley between Meiringen and Innertkirchen. The canyon was created when the area was still covered with ice many thousand years ago. Water and ice forced the way through the gorge and formed the canyon. The entrance from the gorge is around 40 meters wide, and in the end it gets closer to 1 meter at the nearest point. A narrow walking way leads us through the canyon. First like a bridge construction and later through a cave system to the other entrance of the canyon. Funny fact, both entrances have their own small train station, Aareschlucht West and East. The next day. One of my passions in Switzerland is suspension bridges, and not far from Innertkirchen is the famous Trift Bridge. On the way to the Sustenpass, you cross the valley station from the Trift cable car. This tiny gondola brings you 400 meters and around 2 kilometers in the valley up. And from the mountain station it's 1.5 hours hike until the epic bridge appears at one of the highest points of the valley. The bridge was built in 2004 and connects the two sides of the valley over a height of 100 meters and a distance of 170 meters. In my opinion, this suspension bridge is one of the most epic places that I know. From Innertkirchen we move on to our next goal, the top from the Grimsel pass. In order to overcome the 25 kilometers and 1500 meters in altitude, we mostly drove on the pass road. But our motor was not good enough to climb up to the top with our bikes, so we made a rest in the middle of the way. After a week biking and camping adventure, we decided to book a room in the nature resort hotel Scheidegg. For 100 Swiss francs per person, a comfortable bed, morning brunch and the spa the full day, it wasn't a bad deal, I think. And there is also the well-known Gelmerbahn. But during the holiday months you must reserve spots weeks in advance for responsible morning ascents and evening descents. So we just enjoy our time around the beautiful Scheidegg area. With full charged bikes and in a good mood, we rode up later to the Grimsel pass.
Yay! It's fucking cool right now. Not so hot, so I'm not really sweaty. And yeah, a really enjoyable ride. Coming in the front.
And finally, with sun, wind and rain, we reached at the Grimsel pass before sunset.
Yay!
After a stormy night, we drove down the pass road to Obergums in the canton Vallis. We could have spent a good week hiking in and around the area Obergums, but our goal was to come to Zermatt during these holidays, so we mostly drove through to our next destination, the Aletsch Glacier. There are 4 different villages you can visit by cable car in front of this amazing landscape. The Aletsch Glacier is the largest and longest glacier in the Alps in terms of area. It is located in the south slope of the Berner Alps and in the Swiss canton of Vallis. The length of the glacier is 22.6 kilometers and the area is given as 78.49 square kilometers. Our last and final destination was Zermatt. And guys, what should I say? This place is Switzerland's capital Tourismus place number 1. During the day, the main road can be so crowded, but everything is quiet, always feeling organized and smooth like a Swiss watch. And that's just a small part of the village. Then if we look up to the landscape, there is a lot too. And yes, there is the famous Matterhorn to see, if there weren't any clouds. But if you look to the other side, you see the most epic train station ever, the Gornergrat. With our bikes, we took the cable car up to Sonecka and drove over to the Riffelalp. And from there up to the Gornergrat, where we got this epic view. At this point, there are no more words to say.